In this culture war between men and women, it's easy to fall into this mentality of there's no good girls left, or the idea that there's no good guys left if you're one of the 2 girls watching this right now. I see you. Because I do see a lot of I'm convinced that there's no real men left, or I'm convinced that there's no good guys left, or I'm convinced that chivalry is dead, etc, etc. And actually, even in my own friend circle, I can catch us falling into this mentality whenever we talk about girls and dating. And I imagine that it's similar for girls when it comes to talking about guys when they get together, if not even more. Like, they'll get together and it's always the big one. It's the one that's the plate cleaner, the fridge protector, the one that doesn't get attention, the one that cock blocks when you try to slide because they don't get attention themselves. They're the ones that pipe up the most, the ones that convince their other friends to be single. So yeah, if you're a dude, don't be that person in your friend group. But there are still good girls out there, and I want to give a little pushback to the narrative that it's all doom and gloom. I want to give a little hope, a little light. Now, is it way harder than it's ever been before? Yeah, sure, of course. Are you now competing with the entire world because of social media? Yeah, of course. Is the burden of performance way higher than it's ever been? Yeah, 100%. As a matter of fact, the currency of attention has been massively devalued because of social media. And it's inflated their senses of ego. And there's also other things like the economy of simps and feminism. There's a bunch of things that go into it, and all those things are true and has made it harder for especially the average dude in the dating market. Criticisms for both sides are valid, right? If dudes didn't simp, this would definitely be less of a problem, let's be honest. I've said this before, but men and women are reflections upon each other in society. And especially nowadays, it's easy to be entranced by social media and the narratives, and also there's endless, dating podcasts, dating shows. I actually think the topic of dating, love, relationships as a whole, culturally is probably one of the top 2 hottest topics, I'm not gonna lie. And everything kind of reflects the same message and narrative. Because it's true, because there's validity to the current state of the dating market. But right now I'm gonna try to advocate for the other side a little bit. And you can see all this and forget that good girls are out there, they're just not as loud as the bad ones. And even though a part of you knows this, a lot of guys, they're like, okay, well then where are they? And it's true, knowing and understanding something is different than experiencing it firsthand. If all your interactions are negative, then your perception of said topic or thing is going to be negative. When I was in Japan, I had a brief interaction with this girl I met at a train station in Osaka, or I was going to Osaka. I talked about that interaction a little bit in my Osaka video, but basically this 5-minute interaction that I had with this girl that I met at a train station that I'll never see again, that was completely feminine, shy, sweet, just the nicest girl you could ever meet. Kind of reaffirmed or reassured that, okay, girls like this are still out there. And it's so crazy to experience how different the cultures are in that aspect, because even though you go on dates with girls and they're all different people and whatnot, there's still a similar undertone, attitude, or demeanor with girls that I went on dates with here. And that similar undertone is because of a bunch of different things, right? Ranging from feminism to the hyper individualistic culture in America, from social media, there's a bunch of things. But here's the silver lining, right? And this is where I disassociate with the kind of doomer mentality, black pill, whatever you want to call it, right? If you do everything you possibly can in all different verticals of your life, ranging from your career, your finance, your physical, your mental health, your confidence, your demeanor, your frame, your energy, if you work on all aspects of your life, right? I find it very hard pressed to believe that you won't find a single person that you're attracted to, that you like, that doesn't reciprocate your feelings in some way, shape, or form. Now, she might not be in your city, she might not be in your vicinity, she might not be in America, but she's out there, and you gotta hold on to that belief. If you do absolutely everything you can in all different aspects of your life, things that you can control, you're gonna find at least one person you like that finds you attractive. And I refuse to accept or purport the alternative of all just doom and gloom, it's all hopeless, black pill, etc. But also, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that there are some guys in their late 30s, in their 40s, pushing 50, that are either single or got divorced from their wife that they've been with for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, since high school, since college days, right? And I understand that re-entering the dating market as an average dude in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, working at Home Depot, it might be okay for you to accept the doomer mentality to a certain extent, and you might want to head east a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that it's impossible in America or the West if you're one of those guys, but you're probably better off playing at a different table with better odds. And when you think about simps and simping, and I'll probably talk about this eventually, you would think that a majority of these guys are younger, that are just horny, that don't talk to girls, right? But actually, a lot of them are old dudes. A lot of guys that buy OnlyFans or Cash App or Venmo random girls on Instagram, or the creepy dudes on Omegle or webcam, stuff like that. A lot of them are divorced, single, old dudes. And it's probably more or less over if you're in the States to find a good girl. which is kind of understandable why these guys go to the Philippines or Thailand, etc. So okay, yeah, if you're in that situation, then I can understand the doomer mentality. But if you're young, if you're in your 20s, your late teens, do not take in this doomer mentality despite what you see on dating podcasts or shows or whatever content you watch. Like if you're a younger dude, you're not allowed to have the doomer mentality. Not just yet. You gotta hold the belief that if you do everything you can in all verticals of your life, you're gonna find that good girl, like she's gonna be out there for you. And until that time comes, just slip and weave all the feminism, all the astrology, all the booty shorts, etc. It's funny because yesterday I went to the gym a lot later than I normally do. I'm not gonna lie, I saw a few baddies and your boy was struggling to lower his gaze. Like bro, they all wear those like super tight leggings that like go up the butt cheeks, and I'm just like doing my best. Like yo, let's just let me get through this hour. And they're like everywhere, they're walking past you, they're taking mirror selfies, and you're just trying to stay focused, stay dialed in. So yeah, this was mainly to younger guys out there. Like it's easy to be young and in your late teens or early 20s and, you know, be socially awkward, not good with girls, and you look at everything and you think, well, if things are this bad, what chance do I have? So yeah, just stay laser focused, stay dialed in, stay locked in, go for the top, and don't stop for anybody. But also, if something good comes along your way, don't be closed off to it just because you think dating is cooked. That's also another important point to take in. Like you don't want to be completely blinded and have these assumptions and miss something that could have been good that came along your way. So yeah, just wanted to give a little bit of hope, a little bit of light to anyone that might be having this doomer mentality, especially if you're young. You gotta hold on to the belief that if you're doing everything you can in all different verticals of your life, you'll find her, you'll find a good girl, and you gotta believe that. Hold that belief. Anyways, thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I love you. Make sure you stay true, and I'll talk to you real soon. Peace.